today's video, I don't know what today's video is going to be, you guys. Honestly, life has been really heavy lately, and I've been debating whether to pick up the camera or not today and share this. I mean, there's a lot we share with you guys, obviously, but there's also a lot we don't. And because some of that stuff is too personal, and you know, you don't have to share everything. But I feel like kind of some of the thoughts I've been having recently, I do want to share, because I know so many people are going through infertility or just really hard things in life right now, and or they will or they have, and hopefully you guys can relate with this. And I just kind of wanted to open up my heart a little bit about things, because life has been really heavy lately, and it hasn't been easy. That's kind of what I've been feeling these past few days. Is it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be mad, it's okay to be angry, it's okay to not understand, because there's just a lot going on right now, and it's okay. Like, that's just part of life. There's days where we definitely were like, okay, we're feeling better, like we're feeling more at peace with everything, but then the next day, like, something will happen or trigger, and I'll feel like it was just the day we found out with everything. And I think it's gonna take time. I know I've read several comments or have received messages just saying, like, you need to move on, you need to move quickly on this, like, don't give up hope. And kind of my response to that is, first of all, everyone's journey with infertility or whatever hard thing, situation in life is going to be personal to them, and everyone's going on different timelines. So just because this is what I'm feeling for me does not mean it's going to be the right timeline for you. But in our situation, where now we are at the point where we have Jared's Azoospermia diagnosis, we went through with the microtesting, we did not find any sperm. Now we kind of have a few different options that we are starting to look into. However, each of those options, you guys, whether it be adoption or embryo adoption, or using a sperm donor from a donor bank, or using a sperm donor from someone that we know, there are so many different amazing options, and for that we are so grateful for. But with each of those options comes so many different decisions and things you have to think through. We are still just processing kind of this news of where we're currently at. I feel like the last thing we want to do is hurry and pick one of these huge decisions just to kind of put a band-aid on things and not processing all the feelings and the emotions that we're going through right now. And that isn't fair to our future child, whatever way we may get them or they will come into our family. And we just really want to make sure that with that, you know, we're in a good headspace and we are making the right decision for our family. So that's been something that has just been on my mind as I've been reading messages and just kind of thinking through different things. I'm like, you know what, we're not ready to make those decisions yet. And it's okay. It's okay that we're in this time right now where life isn't great, that it's hard and it's sad and it's heavy. And then other times it feels a little bit better and lighter, and like we can make it through this. And we've been relying on faith a lot. We know that. And even though you can have faith, it can be hard at times to like understand God's plan for you, and to just think, you know, you can always go back to the why. And there's been some days where I've been really struggling with that, and other days I felt peace. And I think that's kind of normal with any trial you go through in your life. And today, you know, today didn't start out great. Some days I'm feeling good and I get ready and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go on a walk, we're gonna get some work done. Jared, you know, life does not stop when you're going through hard things. Jared's actually been working really hard with his business adventure hunt. We're actually going to Panama here in 2 weeks, and we're gonna be gone for 10 days, and that is something that's been in the work for almost 1.5 years. And so there's a lot of behind the scenes things still going on. And as you guys know, we've kind of, you know, with videoing, we're taking it day by day. And it's been really good for us because we are trying to heal in this period. I want to share things that are hard and that are hard to talk about because we do have this platform, and I don't just want to show all the glamorous parts of life where, you know, we might be going on a cruise, or we're showing you beautiful parts of Florida and all the happy things, because life is, I feel like, 50-50 with that. I actually learned this concept from an infertility podcast that I've been listening to and love. It's called Fearless Infertility. I've talked about it several times, but she talks about how life is 50-50. Like you can't know the good without the bad, and you can't have the good without the bad. Like, it wouldn't be as sweet if you didn't experience that. And I really believe that's true. And so with part of that, I want to show these hard moments. Maybe it's a day that it's really hard to get out of bed, and we'll sit in bed all day, do work from here, watch movies, you know, just try and cope with everything that's happened over the last month, because it's been a lot. It's been a lot, and it's been really hard. I'm not saying we feel defeated. There's moments of defeat for sure, but we do have hope, and we know we'll get through it day by day, step by step, little by little, however you want to say it. We know we'll eventually get there. And maybe some of you have never seen our channel before and are just watching us because you found us through infertility and you're going through that. And first of all, I have to say, each time we get a new subscriber here on YouTube, or whether it's a new follower over on Instagram or TikTok, my heart sometimes breaks a little bit, especially when we have a video that's, you know, growing, because I know the topics of our video, and I know that you're probably joining because you're experiencing this pain, and it just breaks my heart that so many people have to go through this and know this pain, and it just breaks my heart because it's so incredibly hard. But I also want to say, if you are going through this, that you are so incredibly strong. God doesn't give us things that we can't overcome. Those of us that are experiencing infertility have so much love to give, and we want to be parents so badly, and are willing to go through all of this to get there. You know, I get that being parents isn't for everyone, but I'm guessing if you're going through infertility, you really want to be a mom or a dad, and you will do whatever you can to get there. You'll go through the tears, you'll go through the pain, you'll go through the hurt. There's just so much you go through, and those of you that know, you know that pain, you know the emptiness in your heart that you just want taken away from you at times, and it's just so much to comprehend sometimes, and so much to take on. And I just have to believe that there's a reason for this, and that we are growing into the parents that we need to be for the child that's going to come into our life, whatever path we end up going down. And I know we'll get there eventually, and we do have hope, and we do have faith in God's plan for us. But that doesn't mean that there won't be pain along the way, you guys, and really, really hard days where you don't get out of bed, where you don't put on your makeup, where you just don't feel like doing anything, and that's okay. I think that's all part of the healing process with any traumatic thing you're going through in your life. And so I just wanted to take today to share those thoughts. I don't even know if I'm making sense right now, but hopefully someone out there can relate with kind of what I'm expressing and feeling. I know this is so different from our usual vlogs, but I really feel it's important to talk about some of the hard stuff in life as well. You know, right now we're in this weird period where it truly is, it's a grieving time for Jared and I, because, you know, I think after years of infertility and hoping and praying for that positive pregnancy test, to now know that our path is going to be different has been really hard to try and process and understand. You know, I don't think it's normal. You fall in love, you get married, it's really normal that you envision what your future kids are going to look like and what traits they're going to have from their mom and their dad, and that's a really normal part of, you know, marriage and love, even down to, you know, the smaller, simpler things where, you know, getting that positive pregnancy test and envisioning myself telling Jared he's gonna be a dad, and telling our families that we are expecting, and, you know, gender reveals and all of that. It's just, I know that stuff it's not super important, but that's stuff that I've dreamed of. I cannot wait to get that positive pregnancy test and tell Jared that. And so to now just know our path is going to be different. It's taking a little time to try and understand that and process that. And I know we will get there. I know we're gonna get there. And I know that once we do get a child in our life, whatever path that feels right to us, you know, it's all gonna make sense, and it's gonna be God's plan for us, and it's gonna be more beautiful than we can ever imagine. But it's just gonna take a little time till we can process and get there. So that's kind of where we're at right now with everything, you guys. And I know this is super vulnerable and open, but that's kind of where we're at with everything. So hopefully you guys can understand that and kind of get a little glimpse of where we're coming from with all of this. And my sweet little Finn right here, he's been snuggled in. We're actually watching Duke, our neighbor's dog, as well this weekend. And can I just tell you, the love of a dog, oh my gosh, he's our little lifesaver. I talk about him over on Instagram. I'll show him like cuddling us, and he's licked away our tears and has just shown us unconditional love, and he's just been amazing through all of this. And so all of our families, I mean, speaking of families, I'm so excited. My darling sister Michelle, who lives in New York, she's actually coming here in 2 days. And then after Michelle leaves, Jared's mom is actually coming for a week. And then as I mentioned, we have that work trip out in Panama. So a lot of things are around the corner, you guys. I know eventually we'll get back to our videos, but you know, this is part of vlogging. It's sharing real life, everyday experiences, the good and the bad. And so hopefully you guys can kind of understand where we're coming from a little bit more. And I know you guys, we never feel any pressure from you to put videos out or to share certain things. We get that we're not sharing everything, but I think there are certain things, like I said, that I feel are really important to talk about. So with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead, close out this video. Thank you again, as always, for just supporting us, loving us, praying for us. You guys mean so much to us and helped us in so many ways. And before I cry again, I'm gonna turn off the video, but we love you guys, and we'll see you all next time.